looks like he's going to be using Sella's account here. No surprise there. A lot of SlayerS players are using Sella's account. And here at the top right, we do have Miya, who has quite a bit of APM in the beginning. 150 APM to start things off.
Again, that's they don't measure repeated keystrokes as APM anymore. So
he must have been face rolling his keyboard there for that. That's a lot of key presses per second.
And his opponent down in the bottom left-hand corner is Mouse Thorzain. So Thorzain, once again, we are on Daybreak. Cool map choice. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Thorzain actually asking a similar question.
Is this really somebody from SlayerS?
Do I know who you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so Miya's in the top right corner, like we said. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce his name. I'm waiting for the inevitable Miya roast jokes from chat. But, yes, he says that he is in the house with Huck at the moment. Maybe this is secretly Idra playing on Sella's account right now.
I don't know, man. I really think this is going to be interesting to watch a player that we've never seen before. That's assuming that it is a new player, not somebody using a random name.
Yeah, we checked different accounts and things like that. Certainly feel free to correct us in chat if anything is wrong or we were mistaken, or tweet at us. We do appreciate it. But anyway, so here we go. Nothing too out of the ordinary for Miya. Just could be going for a very fast expand. Or could be going for a nice early 15 pool so we can deflect any sort of shenanigans at the beginning of the game. And Thorzain adding in gas now. This is a very long walk distance map, despite it being just a 2-player map. So it usually lends itself to multiple base aggression and then long-term macro games as well. Very, very fun map. Still my favorite in the map pool.
Looks like we're going to have a 15 hatch coming out of Miya. So he is going to go ahead and expand right away. And at least for the moment, we have a little bit of certainty with Miya, because for a second there we just had total doubt. We didn't know what Miya does, or who he is, or who she is for that matter. But he or she is going for 15 hatch now. So that certainly clears up a little bit.
Yep, and 15 hatch, 15 pool, and 15 gas right after that as well. So pretty conventional build here. Is going to give him the flexibility to get out a couple of queens right away, and Zergling speed not too long after that, but it has set itself up for a pretty macro-oriented build. Thorzain, on the other hand, well, not really showing his hands. Probably going to be a Reactor Hellion expand, I would imagine. That's pretty standard fare even on this map.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and get that factory up right behind the barracks, and he's going to try to get the reactor core on that first barracks and then swap it down to get Reactored Hellions out. And of course, Hellions a very powerful unit against Zerg in the early game that definitely forces Zerg to invest into a couple of crawlers and have to be very wary about the potential of those Hellions running by. So it's certainly going to give Thorzain some map control once those Hellions hit the field. For now, though, the Zerg will have that map control.
I've got to say, though,
whoa, is he hiding the Overlord on that?
Yes, he is. Specifically went to put both Overlords right over this tiny little space where they can't be found. So already, smart decision-making and map control out of Miya. Like, we're learning slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's kind of like the little Archon's toilet seat. You can sit down. They're a rest stop. You know, I don't know if he wants to... Well, actually, the thing about Thorzain is he's sending his Marines out right now to hunt for Overlords, but he's not going to see any.
Yeah, because they're actually incredibly cleverly hidden. So
yeah,
maybe this Miya player is going to impress me quite a bit. Yes, we do have our first couple of Hellions just making their way out now. We also have that expansion being put down over inside of the natural, not building that inside his base. Thorzain, a player that definitely is fine with building that expansion down at the natural, tends to do that more often than not.
Yeah.
And we see another barracks coming right after that.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going to go with 2 barracks into with the factory now. Wouldn't surprise me to see more barracks being thrown down as he transitioned into that biomech build, which he's so good at doing. These 2 Hellions trying to roast up a Zergling. They finally find it. For a second there, Miya was displaying some really smart micro, using the steam vents to avoid the Hellions. So really just the purpose of that, delaying the Hellions from getting over to his natural. Eventually that Zergling is probably going to die.
I like Miya quite a bit already, just doing every little thing right.
Oh, the crawlers were uprooted. Oh, but he had queen there. He had queens there. He's okay.
Yep. He's all right. Creep spread is largely non-existent right now. He's about to connect his 2 bases, but hasn't started anything other than that quite yet.
Yep.
Another queen just about to pop out as well, and of course it is just speedlings at the moment.
It looks like he's going to go ahead and kill off that supply depot. Gets a little more creep spread. He can throw down a building there to help block off Hellions from running in. 2 Zerglings almost making their way into the main there, but they will be denied. The only scout they get, of course, is that command center, which is down right now. So Miya now has a slight bead as to the decisions of Thorzain. Thorzain's throwing down quite a few more buildings here. He's adding on that starport very quickly.
It looks like he's going to move into bio and then tanks later after that as the reactor's coming up on the factory to be swapped onto the starport. So
probably going to see some medevac drop play to start things off.
Could very well be. And it looks like Thorzain, he's got pretty good map control right now, although, of course, Miya has been able to watch these attack paths through the middle quite well with these overlords that are sitting there.
You know, this entire game, Thorzain has not killed one overlord yet. And usually Terran players are going to get away with 1 or 2 overlord kills. That's totally normal. But so far this game, not one has gone down, so Miya has great map presence right now. You can see the impending medevacs pretty quickly, assuming he can get a couple more overlords to the north of the Terran base and to the right of the Terran base. And it looks like he's starting to position overlords in those spots. He's just using this map so smartly. They're everywhere, man. Overlords have infested the map's little toilet tree bowls.
So cute.
Okay.
We have a reactor coming up on this factory now.
Wow,
so
what is he doing?
It seems almost like a
No
variant
tanks.
of the reactor powering build. Yeah, no, just pure Marines at the moment. And we do have a Bailing Nest coming up for Miya now. That's not going to be there for a while, though.
Yeah, he's not going to have banelings, nor is he going to have that baneling speed, which is pretty crucial. And no lair yet. No lair yet.
One thing that I will say, though, is that it seems like Miya's macro is okay, but hasn't really taken a lot of risks. Does that make you know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing here is Miya's actually teching +1/+1 before his lair. He's going to have all of his upgrades going very quickly. Now, will he have enough Zerglings to deal with these 2 medevac drops? We'll have to see. Those 2 medevacs are coming in, dropping off quite a bit of cargo, but the Zerglings are there. The Zerglings get a full surround. The stim goes down, though. It looks like the stimmed up Marines. It's going to be very close. No, the Marines will clear it up. And Thorzain has a huge drop working in his favor now.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if he just goes right after this lair. No, re-stimming one more time. Wants to do as
he's
much
gonna get the spawning pool?
economic damage as he possibly can. Looks like he's not really focusing his attention in any one direction
beautiful
yet.
place for his Marines to be in.
Oh, yeah,
That
definitely.
is beautiful. The drones can't get in there. He might have to drone drill here. I'm not too sure why he isn't drilling. There we go. He drills his drones in, and now Thorzain finally picks up, but not before significant economic damage was dealt there.
Yeah.
Miya now behind by a good 20 supply.
I'm surprised that Thorzain didn't try to go right after the spawning pool or something like that, though, as he did some damage to the lair, some damage to the hatchery, some damage to a queen,
Yeah.
and considerably more damage to the spawning pool, but he didn't really actively work at
focus
any
his
one of
efforts.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of spread his damage amongst multiple buildings, which isn't that smart. Drops a couple Marines. He finally finds one of his overlords. Now, Thorzain might realize, oh, now I know where the rest of the overlords are.
Yeah,
so we'll see if he goes overlord hunting now as he goes for the 3rd base.
And
it
he
looks
does.
like he's getting another overlord.
And he does actually clear up some tanks along, or he does start creating some tanks along with siege mode here in a bit. And so he's going to move into a predictable Marine tank composition, but of course he wanted to hit those timings with the drops to inflict some damage. I've got to say, he's up by quite a bit of supply over his opponent. His opponent's starting to bank resources on 2-2. This is extremely fast upgrades for a Zerg player.
Yeah, Miya got the +1/+1 before he even started lair. And I've been experimenting with this build a little bit, trying to get the quick +1/+1 for Zerglings, kind of like Stefano's style, but really powering those upgrades out before even teching into lair. And it works out decently well.
That's very possible, but it's really left Miya in a spot where he doesn't have the supply to impose his will on the map, nor does he have the macro at the moment to pull ahead in supply, because Thorzain's actually up by 35 supply at the moment.
I think one reason for that, though, is because of the 12 drones he lost to that double medevac drop. He just really wasn't prepared for it. We'll have to see, though. That 2-2 upgrade, I think, is about to finish. And when it does, those Zerglings are quite potent. And we'll see if they can be potent enough to kind of equalize the game or not.
All right, well, they're going to try and take out this 3rd base here.
Not going to happen.
Move away. They at least deny the construction for actually considerable
they're going to get a
period
tank?
of time.
They will get that tank. That tank is going down for sure. And those Marines are going to go down as well. Those 1-1 Zerglings are pretty powerful, man.
Yes, they are.
And when 2-2 finishes, those Zerglings are going to rip through a lot of stuff.
Well, we do have a drop coming in for Thorzain at the
It's
moment.
going to get cleared.
Oh,
He gets a cancel.
kills the base, though. Does he kill the drone? No, he
does
does
not.
not. Okay.
So
Right.
Thorzain trying to do whatever he can here, getting a drop here, but Miya really the one kind of being in a desperate mode right now, trying to, cancel an expansion, survive the medevac drops. His 2-2 upgrade is moments away from finishing, though, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to really help his Zerglings out, although losing Zerglings like that is not going to help his cause.
No, not at all. We do have Hive Tech coming up now. No Spire, I believe, quite yet, so it may be an Ultra transition here in a bit.
Here comes that medevac.
Yes, indeed.
Here comes the
Plus
drop.
one Weapons Marines. We'll see if any more units come in. Yes, there's some
he'll clean that
Zerglings
up.
clean that up.
And it looks like the Baneling's coming in just for extra measure, and that will ward away that medevac. Meanwhile, in the bottom right-hand corner, Thorzain also has another medevac. He's just got medevacs all around the map. A good, he just started medevac production so early in this game. And that's why he's got so many flying around the map right now, and he's making use of them. A lot of Terran players, they'll kind of just stack all their medevacs, and they won't be active with them. Thorzain is one of those guys that will be, and it really keeps Miya on the back foot.
All right, we'll see if Miya ends up going into 3-3 here in a second, as that's certainly up next in a bit. Of course, needs to finish Hive before that can happen, and a couple of creep tumors getting cleared up on both sides of the map. Here comes Thorzain, though, with a big stim in.
He's going to get cleaned up there, too.
Yes. Nice reaction time by Thorzain, though. Picks up his units without losing anything. But now, Miya is on 3 bases. However, still just matching his opponent on bases, not exceeding.
Yeah, but his upgrades are still in favor of Miya right now. I'm a little surprised he's not pushing his 2-2 Zerglings to be a little bit more harassive, because he's being very laid back, I would say, with his +2/+2 links. He's not taking advantage of his tech upgrades, but he is rushing the Hive, and he's starting to get 3-3 now with the crack upgrade, man. 3-3 links with crack will rip through Marines and tanks.
They'll run through buildings. I mean,
Yeah.
3-3 upgraded
They'll tear it
Zerglings
apart.
with adrenal glands. Yeah, they run through buildings. Thorzain making a big push down to the bottom right-hand corner, though. He does have 1-2 finished up, so his units are very powerful. And looks like Miya doesn't even want to bother trying to hold that. He's going to pull back and defend on creep.
I thought he might have been able to at least delay that army a little bit, considering how many forces he has on the map, but he doesn't even try. So he forfeits and goes down to 3 bases now, and now he's just tied up with the Terran player. But his upgrade's still heavily in favor of Miya, and here's what Miya's got going for him. He's got this timing window with the crack upgrade, with 3-3, and the Infestor's already building energy to make a huge push. And if he does that, he might be able to equalize this game, because he is still behind right now.
Baneling bombs getting set down. Oh, those tanks were unsieged. There was a possibility that Miya could have run in and taken out quite a few of those units. Thorzain establishing his 4th base at the moment, though, and that is a very, very critical expansion. As Thorzain will be able to remax so quick. Baneling rolls in, catches a few Marines, but doesn't do a ton of damage quite yet. The Queen is going to fall almost immediately, and we do have these units running through as well.
Here comes those 2-2 links. They're not quite totally upgraded yet, but they will be able to at least delay this planetary fortress from coming out for some time. But a huge attack from Miya as he comes in through the side, and he's going to get a massive flank on the Marines and the tanks. He will kill off those tanks as well. Look at how fast those Marines those Zerglings destroy the tanks. Excuse me, and it looks like Miya right now going to go ahead and go into the bottom of the map. I wonder what he's preparing to do with those forces.
All right, well, let's see. It looks like Miya's been able to hold on to this base for quite some time. Supply still in Thorzain's favor, though, and resources there as well. 3 Ultras are coming up along with chitinous plating. 2-2 Lings trying to make their way in once again. Force a few siege tanks to actually hit their own Marines.
He could actually take out those Marines right now, and it looks like he's going to go just for that. Those Zerglings have that crack upgrade, which is so crucial. 3-3 is about to finish in moments, but he might just have enough forces to drive away the Marines for now.
Ugh, he's just being so, I don't know, non-committal with all of those Lings, though, and he's allowing the siege tanks to maximize their damage. 35 kills between them at the moment.
6 Ultras about to pop out as well.
Yes, they
That
are.
could be huge. I'm surprised Miya didn't just crush that army. He had the Ultra there for a long time. With the Zerglings that were flooding out, he probably could have killed off that tank and Marine force. But in the middle of the map, he is kind of skirmishing around here with those Zerglings. Meanwhile, trying to secure his 4th expansion for the second time. He's still behind in one entire base as Thorzain goes ahead and drops with 2 medevacs. There's a random spore crawler there doing its damage, and it kills off a medevac.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Those 2 medevacs went by an infestor and totally free card right there for Thorzain.
Yeah, definitely. And look at that
Fuse.
transfusion.
Can that
of
Ultra
the
do
Ultra.
it? Can that Ultra do it? He
I
will.
think so, with the transfuse. Wow. Very nice play out of Miya there. Very cute. And he has, for the first time in this game, well, I was going to say pulled the supply advantage. He was ahead for about half a second before Thorzain reinforced. Thorzain now adding in some Marauders into the mix. Of course, he's got his Ghosts. What would Thorzain be without his Ghosts?
10 more drones coming out for Miya. Maybe a bit of overdronage because he's already got 77, so he's going to be approaching 90 now. He might want to save up a little bit more of that supply for raw army. More Zerglings would be huge right now. Those Zerglings have full upgrades, mind you. And meanwhile, Thorzain just pumping out of his production facilities. He is now about to be maxed. So many Marines and tanks, but these Lings, these Ultras, these Banelings, these Infestors, this is such a good composition against Terran, man.
All right, well, we'll see. As we mentioned, anytime
he's going.
Ultras have been up there in the famous Destiny statement. If you're really ahead as a Zerg player and you want to lose the game, you build Ultras. So we'll see if that holds true.
I don't agree with that.
Actually, Miya has been playing from behind for quite a bit in this game. So maybe if you playing from behind and you want to win.
Every department, he's been playing behind in every department but his upgrades. And those upgrades have really kept him in this game, I feel like. Now, that is about to equalize, though. Thorzain's about to finish 3-3.
Yes, he is.
And that could change the landscape of this game pretty quickly.
The attack really needs to hit before 3-3 finishes for Thorzain.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know why Mia's waiting right now because he's maxed. He should definitely go in there.
Oh, that was so close.
That caught the edge of those Banelings just barely. A couple more Banelings waiting. But I don't know if that's going to be enough because those forces are going to cut through the middle rather than go to the bottom right. And meanwhile, a drop going off in the bottom right as well as a huge force goes into the trading position as Miya just wants to go for a straight-up base race here. Cats, this is really, really bold decision-making from Miya.
Yeah, the Planetary Fortress does go down at the same time that the fourth dies for Miya. There are a bunch of Siege Tanks sitting up there. Looks like the Ultras do not want to engage quite yet. They are going to run into the third, which I think they have an honest chance of taking out. And 3-3 is still not finished, but we're only 30 seconds away from that happening. And oh god, Thorzain is chasing down these Ultras.
Yeah, he's chasing down the Ultras, and meanwhile he's trying to delay by getting all of his SCVs to repair the Planetary Fortress, but it won't be enough as the Ultras cleave through everything. But now Miya is stuck. He's stuck, and he's got to engage in this choke, which does not bode well for those Ultras, and those Ultras are getting torn apart.
Oh my god. That was a slaughter.
Yeah.
All right, but Miya does take
going
out
into
two
the
bases.
slaughter farm.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Miya does take out two bases. However, Thorzain has some other command centers ready to go. Mia's forced to reproduce his base. And it looks like Greater Spire was not finished yet. He really wanted to lose those Ultras at a time when he could just remax on Broodlords. But that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's just trying to make Ultras and Investors, but he can't be attacking one at a time with these Ultras.
Oh, Baneling Bombs go off, but they don't do as much damage as I would have liked.
He's got to compose his army and get together a nice, sizable force to flank this tank position, but man, Thorzain's just set up in a really good spot. Notice how he sieges up on that ramp where everything is choked off. Very hard for Zerg forces to kind of get that flank. Meanwhile, though, Miya gonna go ahead and go for a top counterattack. Look at how fast those Cracklings take out the Planetary, the Orbital Command doing quite a bit of damage. Those SCVs are just not even gonna have a chance.
All right, so Miya
has the counter.
Miya, this entire game has just been playing from behind, but yet finding a way to just
pull back.
Yeah, but finding a way to just survive at every turn. Not a lot of resources over here on the right-hand side, though. Not only has to take this fourth base, but probably a fifth and a sixth as well.
Yeah, he's actually distance mining everything he's got right now. Look at that huge Congo line of drones just going from the right to the left, just trying to mine as much as possible. And
whoa! Thorzain only has 23 SCVs. That means that even though both players are even on supply, Thorzain has an incredibly larger army.
Yeah, I agree with you there on that one. I guess Mia's been doing good work harassing with the Zerglings, but that might come back to bite him in the butt because of how powerfully large this army now is. Look at how large it is. It's so big. And Thorzain is pushing in now. Look at how many ghosts he's got, man. That's got to be at least 15 ghosts.
Yeah, that is quite a bit. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, here they come. Banelings are Pyrodomorph.
Oh, he gets them out.
Away. And he's going to have to cancel that hatchery, maybe able to save the one at the top.
As he counterattacks for the backside. Can he get this counter to work or not? Huge EMPs going off on those Infestors. That was not what Miya wanted. He's got to save up the energy on those infestors. And meanwhile, it looks like Thorzain going to go ahead and give chase. Those ultras are just getting cleaved apart. A fungal goes down, but only hits a Marauder. That was not a very cost-effective fungal. And Thorzain coming around the right side. He's going to flank this entire Zerg army. And, a Baneling goes off, but it doesn't even matter. Thorzain is methodically and surgically picking apart Miya right now.
Yeah, really, Miya only has drones left. A handful of Banelings, a handful of
80
Zerglings, and a couple of infestors, but that's about it. Needs to find a way to remax this army so quick.
I don't know if he can, man. He's just running out of money. Those 80 drones, what they were doing, they were distance mining for the last 3 minutes, and now they finally have a home to call their own. But those Corruptors, they are coming out, but they are pretty late to the party, man.
Oh, get away! No. Oh, Infestors going down, and I think that may have sealed the deal there for Thorzain.
One thing that Miya could hope on and hang on to is there's not that much. Oh, there's a lot of ghosts. I don't know.
There are a lot
Even
of
if Broodlords come out, those ghosts are going to rip.
Snipe.
Yeah, they're going to rip through those Broodlords so fast.
And Thorzain is replenishing his economy at the moment, so he will be able to hold off and wait and reproduce a bunch of Vikings in a bit if he wants to.
Yeah, here comes Thorzain. He's going to go ahead and push into this expansion. Not much that Miya can do about this. Here comes some Banelings, though. Huge fungals going down. The Banelings hitting their mark. But there's so many medevacs to just heal everything back up so quickly. And a couple of cracklings coming around the backside. One bro to prevent that orbital from landing, but it doesn't really matter. Snipes going off on drones!
Yeah, well, when you've got that much energy to expend,
why not, right?
Yeah, you do it. You got to do it on something. So, how many Broodlords are up? 2. We've got 2 more coming.
2's not going to cut it.
He has, like I said, been doing a very nice job of eliminating the economy for Thorzain and making sure that he stays alive in this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. A couple of infestors in the back.
Once again, denying economy.
Yeah, but I don't know. As long as Thorzain stays with his main army, as long as he doesn't lose his ghosts and his tanks, he's A-okay.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see here, as it is now 58 workers to 23. So still a significant supply advantage in terms of army for Thorzain. Another counter attempt at a counterattack. And utter destruction.
Can he get the tanks? If he can get up in there, he will be able to pick off a couple of tanks. But yeah, not worth it, I don't think, considering
I don't think so either.
How much army that Thorzain's got. He can afford to lose a couple tanks.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like here comes the Broodlord push along with the Infestors and Queens.
Those ghosts are going to come with their quickness. Dispatch the ghosts to deal with the Broodlords. Dispatch the ghosts to deal with the Broodlord.
Wow, Thorzain actually building 7 SCVs.
Here they come. Here come the ghosts.
Do they have cloak? They don't, but it doesn't matter. Oh. Disgusting fungal growth does go down. Another one follows it. No, he didn't have enough energy. He was so close to having the energy on 2 more fungals, but didn't have it. And Miya, the unknown quantity from SlayerS, does go down in a 30-minute game against Mouse Thorzain. Thorzain evens up the set 2-2.
수상장